KVGC News Time, 7 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Time for a look at the news for a Tuesday, the 27th day of June for 2017. Well, the Jackson City Council has appointed a new city clerk. Meeting last night, the council appointed Jack Georgette to serve as city clerk. Georgette will replace longtime city clerk Giselle Wurzberger, who recently retired. Wurzberger was replaced as an administrative assistant with the city by Kim Bacon, but Bacon cannot serve as city clerk because she does not live in the city of Jackson. Georgette will fill the position until November of 2018, at which time the city council plans to place a referendum vote to make the city clerk an appointed rather than elected position. Georgette has the option of performing the clerk duties himself or appointing Bacon to serve as his deputy. In other business, the council approved the adoption of new building codes to match state standards and held the last of several budget workshops as the council and staff work to bring the city budget into balance. The city's final budget is expected to be adopted at their next meeting on July 10th.
And emergency crews called out yesterday morning to the report of a vehicle over a steep embankment. According to the CHP, Amador Sheriff Dispatch alerted to the incident just before midnight. Now, the calling party reported hearing the accident in the 88 Irishtown Road area, but did not see it. Deputies and CHP arrived and discovered a vehicle about 10 to 15 feet down the embankment. According to Highway Patrol, 56-year-old Frank Sweet of Martinez was eastbound on 88 when, due to his reported level of intoxication, he allowed the vehicle to veer off the roadway. The vehicle struck a tree, overturned, and struck another tree, coming to rest off the roadway. Sweet transported to Sutter Amador, then airlifted to Sutter Roseville with major injury. The accident still under investigation.
A group of Amador County teens escaped serious injury in a solo vehicle rollover accident Sunday evening. According to the CHP, a 16-year-old Jackson girl was driving southbound on Ostrom Road, south of Shenandoah Road, with 5 teens in her vehicle. While negotiating a curve at about 35 miles an hour, the driver lost control, went off the road down an embankment, striking a barbed wire fence and overturning. The driver and other teens were transported to Sutter Amador Hospital with minor injuries. The CHP reports both accidents are still under investigation. And the CHP rolled to another early morning accident in Amador County on Monday. Just after midnight, a head-on collision sent 3 to the hospital. The CHP says Jackson resident Melissa Koskowski was traveling eastbound on Ridge Road, approaching the Ridge Road frontage, when she suddenly crossed over the double yellow lines directly into the path of a vehicle driven by Grace Fernandez of Lathrop. The CHP said both vehicles were traveling about 40 miles an hour when they slammed head-on. All 3 were taken to area hospitals suffering from chest trauma.
And 4 Calaveras residents landed in the hospital following a Monday morning accident. According to Highway Patrol, shortly after 8 o'clock, 49-year-old Gary Soria of San Andreas was headed northbound on Highway 49 north of Pool Station Road at about 35 miles an hour. Soria told officers he was distracted by an oversized vehicle coming his direction, escorted by CHP with flashing lights, and failed to notice a vehicle ahead of him was beginning to slow. Although he applied his brakes, he was unable to stop in time and rear-ended that vehicle. The vehicle was driven by 64-year-old Diane Scrance of San Andreas. She and her passengers, 66-year-old Rick Scrance, 18-year-old Annie Curtis, and a 17-year-old minor, all of San Andreas, were transported to Mark Twain Medical Center with minor injury. Soria and his passenger, 40-year-old Timothy Fott of San Andreas, also suffered minor injury, but refused medical aid. CHP says neither drugs nor alcohol considered a factor.
A Burson man was recently arrested on charges of assault with a deadly weapon. Calaveras County Sheriff's Office responded to a home on Davis Road in the Burson area for a report of a 33-year-old victim allegedly being punched and kicked by 46-year-old suspect Dale William Winchman II. According to reports, Winchman became angry at the victim and repeatedly punched and kicked the victim. The victim attempted to leave the property when Winchman allegedly armed himself with a handgun, hit the victim with the firearm while he was trying to drive away. The victim also reported that Winchman fired a single shot from the firearm into the rear of the fleeing vehicle. The victim sustained injuries to his face and upper body as a result of the physical confrontation. Detectives secured a search warrant for Winchman's residence, placed him under arrest. Winchman was booked into the Calaveras County Jail for assault with a deadly weapon, committing a felony while out on bail, and battery with serious injury. His bail was set at $315,000.
And the Mark Twain Healthcare District seeking candidates for a vacant seat on their board. Candidates would be required to meet the same election criteria as all other Mark Twain Healthcare District board members. However, this appointment would only be until the next general election. Interested candidates should submit a letter of interest and a resume stating their reasons for requesting consideration for the position. Send those pieces of info to MTCHD, attention Peggy Stout, admin assistant, at P.O. Box 95, San Andreas, California, 95249. Or send an email to pstout@marktwainhealthcaredistrict.org. Closing date for applications, 8 a.m., July 10th.
And a mini garlic festival is planned for this evening at the Accra ARCD Community Garden. The gates open up at 5:30. The fun starts at 6. Enjoy an evening of art, music, and garlic. Yep. Garlic-inspired food will be featured, along with summer plants for sale, including garlic and onions. Tour the community garden as well. Today's Mini Garlic Festival, presented by Accra in partnership with the Motherlode Land Trust. Admission is only $5 at the door. The Accra ARCD Community Garden is located on Jackson Gate Road near the old Chickazola store. And that's a look at local news on this Gold Country Tuesday morning. From the KVGC Newsroom,
I'm JD.
And I'm Jim Geedy reporting.